Have you ever watched a movie and found yourself completely hooked on a character who barely says a single word? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of those characters. Someone whose silence tells a powerful story about strength, grace, and maybe even about ourselves.
So the character at the heart of this whole thing is Radha from the Kannada film Ibani Tabida Aili. And even though her screen time is pretty short, her presence is just unforgettable. She has this quiet dignity about her, even when her entire world is falling apart.
Honestly, Radha is a total enigma. It's pretty amazing, right? She has hardly any dialogue, but she manages to pull you into her world, and that feeling just sticks with you. And that quiet dignity is exactly what got the author of our source material thinking. Are people like this real? It's a great reminder that the magic of a good story isn't always about being perfectly realistic. Sometimes it's about how an author can make you feel something and make you think.
Okay, so let's get into the real mystery of her story. It all kind of unfolds through three big questions about this connection she has with a man named Viha.
First off, how does she form this deep but also super fragile connection with Vihan and so fast? It's the kind of bond that feels like it happens in the blink of an eye, but also feels incredibly important.
And here's the thing, the film doesn't spell it out for you. You don't get these long romantic speeches. Nope. Instead, you've got to read between the lines. You have to watch how her subtle hesitation just melts away and turns into real affection, all through these quiet little moments they share.
And then, heartbreak. Her whole world just crumbles right there at the altar. And we're left wondering what's really hurting her the most. Is it the public humiliation, the rejection, or is it losing that unspoken love she had for Vihan? The movie never really gives you a straight answer.
But just when you think you're getting a handle on it, the story takes this gentle, totally unexpected turn that ends up defining everything about her.
And this right here, this is the crucial moment. In a situation where anyone else would be angry, bitter, and totally justified in feeling that way, Radha chooses something else. She chooses grace.
I mean, her selflessness in this moment is what makes her character so powerful. She's not just dealing with her own pain, she's actually encouraging the man she loves to go and support someone else. It's this one act of grace that makes her absolutely unforgettable.
So this moment, this choice, it opens up a much bigger conversation about what her silence and her actions are really all about.
The source brings up a point that I think we can all relate to. This idea that we're all taught to perform strength. Society expects us to suppress how we really feel, to always seem strong even when we're quietly falling apart on the inside.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. Radha claims she's moved on, but her actions seem to tell a completely different story. If she's really all good, then why did she leave her home, her family, everything?
But maybe it isn't about running away at all. Maybe it's an act of self-preservation, creating the space to actually heal, away from judging eyes, away from that unspoken pity, and away from that constant pressure to just be okay. It kind of makes you think that true strength isn't always about toughing it out. Sometimes it's about having the courage to find a place where you can actually breathe.
This all leads to a really compelling comparison with the film's other characters, especially with Anahita, the other woman in the story.
So here you have these two totally different models of strength. You've got Radha's quiet, internal endurance on one side, and then you have Anahita, who is just this fearless, unapologetic free spirit. It really makes you ask yourself, which version of strength are we drawn to more?
But then, the source suggests there's a third path, and it's embodied by Vihan. His strength isn't about expressing his emotions or suppressing them. It's about his quiet, steady presence. He's the one who creates a safe space for other people to just be themselves without trying to fix them. It's a type of strength that isn't about the self, but about helping others.
So, in the end, this whole deep dive into Radha's character isn't just about a movie. It kind of turns the camera back around on us, the audience, and the kinds of stories we consume.
And that leaves us with this one last, really important question. In the stories we tell, the movies we watch, are we still putting this idea of quiet suffering on a pedestal? The source really challenges us to think about the heroes we celebrate and to ask if there's enough room for all the other kinds of strength, the loud, the expressive, the unapologetic, and yeah, even the quiet supporters who give everyone else the space to just be.